Good morning, my dear students of Standard 10th. In my last lecture, we had studied the extent of India and Brazil. I hope you might have gone through the course of lecture. You might have understood it. Questions are given below the lesson. Please solve those questions and send it to me immediately. Now, in this lecture, we'll begin the first topic of history. It is historiography, development in the West. Now, in this first topic, historiography, that is development in the West, we have to study which happenings or events took place in the West. The sub-points are tradition of historiography, modern historiography, development of scientific perspective in Europe and historiography, notable scholars. So, first of all, before tradition of historiography, we would introduce the topic to you. Historical research. What is the meaning of historical research? What new things have been studied and found out on the past of history is known as historical research. In historical research, writings and studies are carried out. Means, what is taken up in historical research? Writing and studies are carried out with an objective of understanding the chronology of the past events. Why historical research is taken up? Historical research is taken up with a view to understand the sequence of the past events and their interconnections with one another. Historical research is taken up to understand the chronology of the past events and their interconnections. This is a continuous process. It does not resume and start. It is a continuous process. It never stops. It is continuous forever and ever. While studying the physical and natural sciences, when we study the physical and natural sciences, the empirical method means laboratory method of experiments and observation. The empirical method is the method which is used in laboratory of making experiments and observation is known as the empirical method. This empirical method is used to verify the available knowledge. The empirical method is used to check whether the available knowledge is based on fact or not. The empirical method. The empirical method is used to check the available knowledge. This method allows to formulate laws. Which method? The empirical method. The laboratory method helps us to frame laws that remain true irrespective space. So laws are formulated. The empirical method formulates or makes laws, and these laws remain true. They do not change. These laws remain true even though the time and space has been changed. We can test those laws. We can prove their authenticity repeatedly. That is why formulation of law is very necessary and important. Now, in historical research, it may not be possible to use the method of laboratory experiments and observation. While making research in history, it is not possible always to make use of the method of laboratory experiments and observations. Why? Because we were not present in the historical time and space. Why we cannot make use of the historical method? We cannot make use of the historical method because we were not present in that historical time and place or space, and the historical events cannot be recreated. We cannot recreate, we cannot reproduce them once again. Also in history, it is not possible to formulate laws that remain true irrespective of the time and space. Also, it is not possible in history to formulate laws, to make laws that remain true irrespective of the time and space. Although the time and space have been changed, although the time have been changed, space have been changed, we can formulate laws. So that we have seen in the last method. That we have seen in the last method, which empirical method. We have studied it in the empirical method. So I will just tell you that, I will repeat it once again, that in the physical and natural sciences the empirical method is used, and this method gives permission to make laws. Those laws remain true even though the time and space have been changed. But while being continued the historical research, it is not possible. It is not possible to make use of this method. Why? Because we are not present in the historical time and space, and the historical events cannot be reproduced or recreated. In history, we cannot make laws that remain true even though the time and space have been changed. To begin, we need an expert who knows the language and script of a historical document. So how can we begin? We can begin with an expert who knows the language and script of a historical document. The person who is an expert in the historical research should know the language and script of a historical document, because he has to read the historical document. He has to understand the historical document. He has to understand its meaning. Also, the experts have examined the authenticity of the document. The expert can check whether the document is based on fact or not. It means he can examine the authenticity of the document. How? He makes use of the criteria such as lettering style. So he has to make use of criteria. The expert has to make use of criteria. And which things are necessary in the criteria? Lettering style, author style of writing, manufacturing dates, and type of paper, stamps of authority. So, such a document is further scrutinized by a historian with the help of relevant historical references. So, in criteria, what he has to check? Lettering style. Author's style of writing. Type of paper and manufacturing date. Such a document is further scrutinized. Scrutinized means check its ins and outs. In short, checking thoroughly. So these documents are further checked by a historian. And how does the historian check these documents? He checks it with the help of relevant historical references. He checks those historical documents with the help of similar historical references, which make him understand whether the historical documents are based on the fact or not. So what is the historical research method is given below. I have explained you and the same is given below. In short, you have to go through it. Now on page number 2, there are methods of various disciplines. There are methods of various disciplines which are used in historical research. So which are those methods? Archaeology, archival science, manuscriptology, epigraphy, it means study of inscriptions, analysis of writing style, linguistics, numismatics, means study of coins, genealogy, it means study of lineage, etc. So these are the methods. These are the methods of various disciplines, and these methods help us in historical research. Archaeology, archival science, manuscriptology, epigraphy means study of inscriptions, analysis of writing style, linguistics, languages, numismatics means study of coins, genealogy means study of lineage, archaeology means science that studies the ancient facts and things. So all these methods help us to study historical research. Tradition of historiography. Now the first word that we have to begin is tradition of historiography. Now we have learnt about the historical research method. Recently I have told you various methods which can be used in historical research. Now critically examining the historical sources and writing the historical narrative. We have learned the historical research method, critical examination of the historical sources and writing the historical narrative. Now the writing of critical historical narrative is known as historiography. What is known as historiography? The writing of critical historical narrative. The writing of critical historical narrative. The writing of critical historical narrative is known as historiography. A scholar who writes such a narrative is a historian. A scholar who writes such a narrative is a historian. And he who writes is a scholar. He who writes is a scholar is also known as historian. Now the historian cannot include every past event in his narrative. It is not possible for the historian or the scholarly person to write each and every detail of the past event in his narrative. Now, what is the inclusion and interpretation of historical events by the historian often depends on the conceptual framework adopted by him. He makes a concept of whatever he read from the documents of his research. In short, the historian depends on the conceptual framework. So, what is the concept of his historical research is what he depends on. His style of writing is decided by the conceptual framework. Means he reads the historical documents, makes his own conceptual framework, and we understand what is his style of writing by that conceptual framework. Now, the tradition of writing historical narrative is historiography. The tradition of writing historical narrative is historiography. Was not prevalent. It was not in use for the long time. Prevalent. It was not widespread. It was not widespread. What? The tradition of writing historical narrative. It was not prevalent or widespread in the ancient societies of the world. But that does not mean they were not aware of the historical time or they were not eager to know about the historical time. The tradition of writing historical narrative was not widespread. That does not mean the people living in the contemporary era did not know or they were not aware of this historical time or they were not eager to know about it. Ancient people also felt that they should pass on the stories of the life and bravery or valor of their forefathers or ancestors to the next generations. Ancient people also felt the need that they should deliver the stories of their life and bravery and the stories of the life and valor of the ancestors to the people of the next generation. Ancient communities all over the world, the primitive or ancient communities all over the world used many things or various means like cave paintings, storytelling, singing, songs and ballads for this purpose. So how did they pass on information, stories of the life and valor from one generation to another through the means of cave painting, storytelling, singing songs and ballads? These traditional means are also looked upon as the sources of history. Cave painting, storytelling, singing songs and ballads are also known as sources of history in the modern historiography. Means are cave paintings, storytelling, singing songs and ballads. So, in the topic historiography, that is development in the West, after introduction on the historical research method, we turn up to the tradition of historiography. So far, the points we have learned is historical research, that is chronology, empirical method, the experts criteria, tradition, of writing and means or sources of history I have explained to you. Now we will turn up to modern historiography. In the beginning, we will have to learn the characteristics or features of the modern historiography. There are 4 features or characteristics of modern historiography. Modern historiography. Its method is used based on scientific principles. It means the method of modern historiography is based on scientific principles. It begins with the formation of relevant questions. So how does this scientific method begin? It begins with the making of relevant questions. Second, these questions are anthropocentric. These questions of scientific principles are anthropocentric. Anthropocentric. Now, what is the meaning of anthropocentric? Anthropocentric means these questions are about the deeds of the members of ancient human societies of a particular period. These questions are anthropocentric. It means these questions are asked about what the members or people of ancient human societies of that period had done. These questions are based on their deeds. Deeds means what they had done. History does not suggest any interrelation between the divine and human deeds. Please underline. History does not suggest any interrelation between the divine and human deeds. Answers to these questions are supported by reliable evidence. How we have to answer the questions? We have to answer the questions by reliable evidence, factual or genuine proof. History presents a graph of mankind's journey with the help of past human deeds. Whichever past human deeds, whichever things have been done by our ancestors or forefathers, the journey of their deeds is written in a graph, and history presents that graph. Now it is said that the modern historiography, with the above features or characteristics has its roots in the ancient Greek historical writings. These are the characteristics, features which I have stated. Now, historiography has its roots or base found in the ancient Greek historical writings. Where does the root of historiography find? It finds in the ancient Greek historical writings. History is originally a Greek term. History is a Greek term. History is a Greek term. Herodotus is the Greek historian of the 5th century before the Christian era, Herodotus. Herodotus, 5th century BCE, before the Christian era. He is the Greek historian of the 5th century before the Christian era. He used it first for his book, and the name of his book was The Histories. Herodotus wrote a book on history. It was entitled The Histories. Herodotus was the Greek historian of the 5th century before the Christian era, and the word history is actually used by this Herodotus. The next point is development of scientific perspective in Europe and historiography. In fact, it is a little bit broad point, so we will conclude our lecture here and we will begin the point, that is development of scientific perspective in Europe and historiography in the next period. So I request you to read all points or whatever points I had written on the blackboard. Try to understand the topic. I think you have textbooks, so please open up the textbooks, also read it so that you will understand the topic in a better way. Thank you. Have a good time.